Uppercut, Albert's Crossing, Brimson, J. Alfred Prufrock, and then Royals Quest. And they're off. And breaking quickly to the lead, it's J. Alfred Prufrock and Comrade Summers in second place. It's foiled again now, Albert's Crossing, moving up on the outside of them. And foiled again, and J. Alfred Prufrock, those two dueling for the lead, 2 lengths in front of Albert's Crossing as they disappear from view. Coming along the bottom, and it is foiled again. On the lead by 3 over J. Alfred Prufrock, another gap of 2 to Albert's Crossing, and then right there together, Uppercut, incomplete on the outside of him, South Monarch, another length and a half to the inside, then a length off him to the outside is Brimson, gap of 5, back to Tacloban, who has a very small advantage over Woodmont, and your early trailer by 5 is Royals Quest and Billy Meister. As they continue along the bottom, the water fence will be next, and showing the way at the front, it's foiled again by 2. J. Alfred Prufrock right behind him. Albert's Crossing now moving up. Next to him on the outside, just a length off, and now here comes Uppercut, who's in 4th place, just a length behind Albert's Crossing. 4 lengths ahead of Incomplete, who has a length advantage over South Monarch. Another 2 lengths behind him is Princeton, then a gap of 2 to Woodmont, Tacloban another length back, and Royals Quest still the trailer at the back as they make the turn under Hartford Hill along Pocock Road. A lot of ground to be saved here as they head back towards the stack fence by the marsh. Still in the lead at the front, it's foiled again by 3. In second place, J. Alfred Prufrock with a length and a half advantage over Albert's Crossing. Another 2 lengths back to Uppercut. Then 3 to Incomplete, and Charlie Fenwick looking chilly indeed. And South Monarch just another length and a half to the rear. And then it's a gap of 4 to Brimson, Tacloban, just a length off him to the outside. And Royals Quest still the trailer. So relatively tightly bunched group here as they head towards the big post and rails, and foiled again with the lead by 2.5 over J. Alfred Prufrock. Then comes Uppercut, gap of 2 back to Albert's Crossing and Incomplete. Those 2 running as a team, 3 lengths ahead of South Monarch, who has a length and a half on Tacloban. Then comes Brimson, who has 5 lengths on Woodmont, and at the back, it's still Royals Quest as they head towards the tower for the first time in the black post and rails. At the front, foiled again with the lead. Now Uppercut moved into second place in front of J. Alfred Prufrock. Battle there for 4th between South Monarch on the outside and Albert's Crossing. As up and over the next, it's still foiled again by 3 over Uppercut. Another gap of 3 to J. Alfred Prufrock. And then a gap of 2 to Albert's Crossing, Incomplete on the inside of him. South Monarch to the other side. Tacloban's now closed on them and just 2 lengths back. Brimson to his outside, another length back. Then 2 lengths to Woodmont as they head over the board fence. And Royals Quest still the trailer. So heading back towards Pocock Road, same as it ever was. At the front, it's foiled again. Tracking intently. 3 lengths behind is Uppercut. Another 3 lengths back to J. Alfred Prufrock. And now Albert's Crossing moved clearly into 4th place with just a length and a half advantage, saving all the ground there as South Monarch with incomplete on his inside. Then another gap of 2 to Tacloban. Brimson on the inside, a length back. Then comes Woodmont, 2 lengths back, and Royals Quest still the trailer as they head to the next post and rail. Still foiled again. Uppercut on the inside, trying to get a little bit closer to the lead. J. Alfred Prufrock still right there, but South Monarch now taking over 4th place. But the dangerous duo indeed of Albert's Crossing and Incomplete as they come to the next one, and Incomplete and South Monarch both moving up towards the leaders now as they head down Jarrettsville Pike. And Uppercut has taken over the lead. In fact, I'm sorry, Uppercut has pulled up. And your new leader is J. Alfred Prufrock, foiled again now in 2nd place. South Monarch in 3rd with Incomplete just a length and a half behind him. Another gap of 3 to Tacloban. As they're over the stack fence down at the bottom, and it's J. Alfred Prufrock with a 2-length advantage over Incomplete. Little Charlie Fenwick going to work now. South Monarch and Jody Petty now on the outside. And fading from the front now is J. Alfred Prufrock, is taking over the lead, is Incomplete and Charlie Fenwick. Going to get a challenge here from Jody Petty and South Monarch. J. Alfred Prufrock not wanting to give it up. Tacloban now making a run from 4th, but at the front it is Incomplete, and Charlie Fenwick with the lead as they jump the last. J. Alfred Prufrock fighting it out. South Monarch now trying to close the ground, but Incomplete in control here as he's cruising through the stretch. Charlie Fenwick checking over his shoulder, nobody close. It's going to be a convincing victory here for Incomplete, a 7-length advantage over South Monarch. A battle for 3rd. Looks like J. Alfred Prufrock over Woodmont, then Tacloban, Albert's Crossing, and foiled again. Our trainer, the 3-time winner of the Hunt Cup, the Great Mountain Dew. Presenting the trophy is Janet Fisher III, who rode Mountain Dew to his 30 victories.
Are you really absolutely thrilled with this horse right now?
Yes, I think I'm real thrilled with him. Charlie scares me every now and then because he's never quite up front, and then he just comes around there at the last turn and does the job.
He did the job very well. In fact, you did kind of bide your time a little bit. Was that your strategy all along, Charlie?
Well, I wanted to stay in the top 4 or 5 horses, which we did. And this horse has a wonderful kick, but he'll go anywhere. He seems to like different kinds of ground, and just jumps very efficiently. And we're fortunate to have him because we really like him, and hopefully he's sound and stays around because I think we have some fun.
Well, really fantastic. It'll be exciting to look forward to watching this horse in the future. Trainer Ann Stewart, tell us what you did to prepare this horse to win his first Timber Stakes today.
Well, I tell you, he's just a great athlete, and he just does everything right. So it was kind of easy, you know. You just he really just tries all the time, and he also relaxes. That's the big thing, and he does that in a race. That's the big thing. He's willing to take it easy and save that burst of speed.
You did an absolutely fantastic job getting him prepared to win here today. So congratulations to all the connections of our winning horse of the 99th running of the My Lady's Manor Timber Race.
He runs the Far Hills races in Far Hills, New Jersey, which is near New York City, which is the largest of all the steeplechase races. There are about, and we'll turn it over to Michael Finney.
Billy Meister on Volar Barnouille, and he takes off for the lead in a hurry, but right after him is Benjamin Swope on In Case You're a Miner. He likes it out front as well. It's a gap of 3 back to Tough Kenneman, and then another 4 to Take Henry as they go out of sight below the hill. But as they disappeared, it was Voler Barnouille and Billy Meister on the lead, followed closely by In Case You're a Miner and Ben Swope. And as they come back into view, it's exactly that way. Volar Bar Nui and Billy Meister, 2-length advantage over In Case You're a Miner and Benjamin Swope, 4 lengths back from him to Tough Kenneman. Then comes Template, another 3 lengths back. Patriot's Path, 3 lengths behind him, followed closely just a length and a half by Take Henry. And then running as a pair, Meet at 11. Now running by Mesomania, and then another gap of 8 back to Bold Quest. And Wazimoto is your trailer as they head over the water fence and in front of Harford Hill, getting ready to make the turn. And it's still Voler Bar Nui and Billy Meister with the lead as they make the turn. Call it 4 lengths over In Case You're a Miner and Ben Swope. He's got 2.5 lengths on Tough Kenneman, 2 lengths on Template, length and a half over Patriot's Path, another gap of 3 to Take Henry. And then once again, running together, it's Meet at 11 and Mesomania. Then a gap of 12 to Bold Quest, and Wazimoto another 7 lengths to the rear as they make the turn by the marsh and head towards the stack fence. And Billy Meister likes it on the lead here at the Manor, and that's precisely where he is with Voler Bar Nui. And now getting some company there in second place, Benjamin Swope, joined by Tough Kenneman, who's moving into second place. On the outside there, Take Henry, much closer, just a length and a half back. And Patriot's Path has also picked up the pace and just 3/4 of a length behind him as they run behind the cover and head towards the stiff post and rails. So the pace hot at the front and setting it all the way, Voler Bar Nui and Billy Meister by 3 lengths over Tough Kenneman. In Case You're a Miner, not giving up, just a length and a half back, and sitting pretty right now is Patriot's Path as they head to the next. Behind them, now taking over, is Meet at 11, who has a 3/4 length advantage over Take Henry. Then, was Mesomania. Then comes Take Henry, Meet at 11, Bold Quest, and heads up, Loose Horse on course as they come through the chute here and towards the tower. And at the front, it's Billy Meister and Voler Bar Nui, but Tough Kenneman moving closer to him on the inside. And he's got company now in between horses. That's Patriot's Path now angling him out there and heading towards the lead. So new leader as they come by us, and it's Tough Kenneman with a slight advantage over Patriot's Path. Volar Bar Nui faded back into 4th as Bold Quest has now moved up on the outside. And as they head towards the next, once again, heads up on course, Loose Horse. Patriot's Path will take the lead as they head around the beacon back towards Pocock Road. And it's Patriot's Path, closely followed there by Tough Kenneman on the outside. In 3rd place, another 2-3 lengths behind, is Bold Quest. And then another gap of 5 to Meet at 11, another gap of 4 to Mesomania. And then another 5 to In Case You're a Miner, who's now joined by Take Harry, as they head back towards the stand now and the post and rail fence. And at the front, looking over, it's Patriot's Path, who's got company now as Tough Kenneman and Jason Griswold, giving Patriot's Path a run for his money as they head over the next post and rail and get ready to run down Jarrettsville Pike. And regaining the lead now, it's Patriot's Path by a length from Tough Kenneman. Those two 10 lengths in front of Take Harry. Then running right behind them as a pair once again, it's Meet at 11 and Mesomania. They're followed by Bold Quest another 2 lengths back, and Quasimodo trying to make up ground on them as they continue down the pike. And in case you're a minor, a trailer by a long way, but in control now over the stack fence. It's Patriots Path. Patriots Path, a 8-length advantage as they make the turn over Tough Kenneman, and widening that as they head towards the next. It's Patriots Path. It's Patriots Path now as they come to the second to last. Patriots Path in control here. Only 1 fence left to go, trying to close from behind. It's still Tough Kenneman fighting it out with Mesomania, but Patriots Path with the lead as they come to the last. Patriots Path clear now in the stretch and galloping away, trying to make a move from behind. It's Mesomania coming past Tough Kenneman, but he's got way too much work to do to catch the winner, as Patriots Path will gallop easily here by 10 lengths over Mesomania, another 12 lengths to Tough Kenneman, who's followed by Quasimodo, and meet at 11. Certainly no stranger to this group.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Tell me about this horse, Patriots Path. He bided his time for a while, and then, wow, did he come on strong at the end.
Well, he's a very interesting horse. We knew he had a lot of ability. He certainly can jump. He's been second many times because every time he'd get on the front end, he'd stop running. And he certainly proved today that he's very comfortable on the front. So maybe he's gotten over that. I hope so. I like very much getting a little of Ski Round Top's money back.
Good.
Played a huge role in riding in these races, successful role, and have won a lot. As you see, the race is starting. We're going to turn this over to Michael Finney. Michael?
Haddocks, and they're off. And going to the early lead, it's Little Do We Know. Over the first. And briefly out of sight, it's Little Do We Know, followed by, on the outside there, Ice is Nice and Michelle Marieschi, and George Hunt in third as they race along the bottom. But a tightly packed group as we wait for them to emerge. As they come to the stack fence. And at the front, Little Do We Know, followed closely, just a length and a half, Michelle Marieschi on the outside there. Ice is Nice. Then comes Haddocks and King Lear and Suzanne Stettinius, but 8 lengths covers this lot, the most tightly bunched group of the day, as they continue on under Harford Hill and head towards the water fence. At the front, Little Do We Know, and Michelle Marieschi just a length and a half off him, gap of 2 to Ice is Nice. And Haddocks, they're running as a pair now. Haddocks taking over there at the water fence, and also jumping nicely there and moving up was King Lear. And as they make the turn at Pocock Road, at the front, it's now Michelle Marieschi with a 3.5 length advantage, but here comes Little Do We Know back into the picture. Ice is Nice in third by another length and a half to Haddocks, and another length to King Lear as they head up the road along Pocock Road. And up the hill around the corner Chance to save a lot of ground here as they head around the marsh and back towards the stack fence. And at the front, it's a duel between Michelle Marieschi and Little Do We Know. Michelle Marieschi gets the best of that one. Haddix now jumps into second place. And Little Do We Know reasserts himself there on the outside. So you've got the leader by a length and a half, Michelle Marieschi over Little Do We Know. Haddix in third place. And Ice is Nice has lost his rider. Heads up, loose horse on course. Ice is Nice is now out of it. So Michelle Marieschi, as they emerge from the cover and head towards the post and rails, 3-length advantage over Little Do We Know. Haddix biding his time right there, now moves up next to him. And King Lear and Suzanne Stettinius just another length and a half behind them, as once more they'll tackle one of these trying hills here at the Manor. And another chance to save ground, and it's Michelle Marieschi with the lead by 5. Haddix and Billy Santoro checking over their shoulder, very patient there in second place. And right behind them, Little Do We Know and King Lear, those two run as a team. As heads up, please, ladies and gentlemen, there is a loose horse. And as they come through the chute here and by the tower, Michelle Marieschi having to be very careful here. As a awfully nice jump there by Ice is Nice, jumping the wing. Michelle Marieschi, though, has to slow down, and that gives Haddix a chance to get back closer in range. In fact, Haddix is now just 2.5 lengths off the leader. In third place, another 2 lengths. Oh, and bad luck there for Michelle Marieschi as Ice is Nice comes back to take out our leader, and Haddix now at the front. And that's racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a game to be played in short pants. So, new leader at the front, and it's Haddix. And still Ice is Nice is loose on the lead. And we imagine Billy Santoro will be plenty careful as they come to the next post and rail. And it's Haddix well in hand. King Lear in second place under Suzanne Stettinius. She's gone 5 lengths clear of Little Do We Know. And they'll skip this fence and now head down Jarrettsville Pike, and Haddix looking very comfortable indeed on the lead with a 10-length advantage over King Lear. But he made a big charge last week. We'll have to see if he's got another one in him. Suzanne Stettinius has some ground to make up on Haddix, your leader, trying to repeat his win last year. Little Do We Know, not entirely out of it, but still a lot of ground to make up as they head towards the stack fence. And saving all the ground on the inside, it's Haddix first over that one, but closing ground is King Lear and Suzanne Stettinius. Just 2 lengths separate these two as they make the turn. With the lead, it's Haddix by 3 over King Lear. Does King Lear have enough to come and get him? Just 2 fences left to go. Haddix on the lead. Suzanne Stettinius once again going to work on King Lear as they come to the second to last. And it's just a length and a half advantage for Billy Santoro and Haddix as they come to the last. King Lear also now all out. Both of these coming to the last, just about dead even, and it's still just a length advantage. Billy Santoro checks over his shoulder. Suzanne Stettinius has gone to the whip. Haddix looks like he's got it on the inside. Here comes King Lear with one last rush, but Haddix looks to hold him safe to the wire, and it'll be Haddix by 2.5 over King Lear, with Little Do We Know in third.
It was beautifully ridden, just according to plan, and the trainer and rider did a great job.
Well, the boss is singing your praises. Billy, what do you think? It was a nice trip.
Well, honestly, all credit goes to Perry and to Kathy. Perry for putting up with what owners always have to put up with, and Kathy for doing a great job. I got the easy part today. He was a dream ride. It's seldom that it happens that nicely. There was a game plan, and he executed it perfectly, remained relaxed, and then we got the job done.
Well, I don't know if any of you saw it in the program, but the handicapper said, Haddocks, bet the kids' savings. Did you see that, and did you feel any pressure to actually win it?
No amount of pressure at all. Yes, that's right. Bet the kids' savings. Thank you, Joe Clancy. Anyway,
I was wondering who was responsible for that.
or Mike Finney. Anyway, I think obviously Billy did a great job, and Mr. and Mrs. Bolton have been very patient with this horse, and actually have believed in him early on a lot more than I did. Credit to them. And I, of course, am now a strong believer, and so we'd like to go on and achieve, some other goals with him. I would also like to say that George Hunt was going very well when, unfortunately, he met with some loose horse situation out there. But I'm tickled with Billy and with Mr. Bolton and Mrs. Bolton. I'm a very lucky girl today.
And they're all in line across the course. And they're off. And running as a pair at the front, it's Vinnie Boy and Fort Henry. Those two have, just like a Hunt team pair, right over the first fence. Slight advantage on the outside for Vinnie Boy and Adair Bonsall-Stiefel. And Fort Henry right there on the outside in a gap of 5. Back to Dreaming of Glory. They're briefly out of sight as they run along the bottom. As they come back into view, once again, it looks like a head-to-head schooling session at the front for Vinnie Boy and Fort Henry, as once again they hit that one as a pair. And Kim Vest and Dreaming of Glory just 6 lengths behind those two as they continue through the cover in front of Hartford Hill and head towards the water fence. And the stablemates continue on together towards the water fence. And once again, it would look like a winning combination in any Hunt team pairs we've seen, now finally taking a little bit of a lead on the inside, saving some ground. Fort Henry takes a 1-length lead over Vinnie Boy as they make the turn onto Pocock Road, and another 4 lengths back to Dreaming of Glory and Kim Vest as they head over the board fence, up the hill along Pocock Road. And at the front, it's Fort Henry, just a length in front of Vinnie Boy, and Dreaming of Glory, your trailer. Around the turn, and Fort Henry now lengthening out that lead to about 2 over Vinnie Boy. Another gap of 4 back to Kim Vest and Dreaming of Glory, make that 6. And it's just by a length and a half up and over the stack fence. It's Molly Forlano and Fort Henry with a 2-length lead over Adair Bonsall-Stiefel and Vinnie Boy, and biding her time at the back, Dreaming of Glory and Kim Vest. Back through the cover. And they'll head towards the next post and rail. And It's Fort Henry by 2. And taking that nicely and lengthening lead out to 3 over Vinny Boy, and then another 4.5 back to Dreaming of Glory as they hit the next post and rail, all up and over that one. And it's still 2.5 lengths for Molly Forlano and Fort Henry. Now Adair Bonsall-Stiefel inches Vinny Boy a little bit closer, just about 2 lengths behind, and Kim Vest another 3.5 behind them as they come through the chute and by the tower for the first time, and feeling the sunshine here at My Lady's Manor for the first time as the horses come towards the tower. And it's Fort Henry with the lead. Vinny Boy and Adair Bonsall-Stiefel now angling out to the outside, a length and a half in back in second. And they switch panels, and another gap of 6 to Dreaming of Glory and Kim Vest. So things remain the same as they head towards the board fence. It's Fort Henry with a 2-length lead over Vinny Boy, and Dreaming of Glory remains the trailer as they'll make the turn back to Pocock Road for the last time. And the stablemates in charge. Fort Henry with the lead, and now here comes Vinny Boy and Adair Bonsall-Stiefel moving up on the outside to join the fray with Fort Henry. Now those two once again hooked up in a battle for the lead, about 6 lengths back to Kim Vest and Dreaming of Glory as they head towards the next post and rail, and a slight advantage once again for Fort Henry. Jumped her way back into the lead, but Vinny Boy pressing the issue now, just a length and a half behind, and Kim Vest is going to have to make up some ground as she's now 8 lengths out of it as they begin to roll down the pike. Fort Henry 2 lengths to the good of Vinny Boy. Kim Vest and Dreaming of Glory now starting to inch a little bit closer to the 2 leaders, but Fort Henry and Vinny Boy, those two, just a length and a half apart as they head towards the stack fence. Past the coop and down the pike, and now Kim Vest getting closer in 3rd place. She's made up at least 3 or 4 of those lengths, only 4 lengths back, but at the front it's Fort Henry with a 2-length lead, 2.5 lengths over Vinny Boy, now lengthening it out to 3. Vinny Boy and Adair Bonsall-Stiefel having to go to work now to try to catch Fort Henry, who looks like he's well in hand, and a lot of work left to do for Dreaming of Glory and Kim Wharton Invest as they come to the second to last. At the second to the last, in charge, it's Fort Henry. Fort Henry coming to this one well in the lead. In fact, to 2-length advantage, but here goes Adair Bonsall-Stiefel to the whip on Vinny Boy, asking for all he's got as they come to the last. Vinny Boy moving alongside of Fort Henry and Molly Forlano. It's going to be very close at this one, and now Vinny Boy's got the lead. It's a horse race now as they head into the stretch. Both girls going for all they've got. It's Vinny Boy and Fort Henry. Too close to call as they come to the wire. Fort Henry sticks ahead in front. He's going to win it by half a length over Vinny Boy. In 3rd place will be Dreaming of Glory and Kim Vest.